Alright, welcome back. Been a while. It's Sunday, November 9th. Do an update where we are. We have been working. As of now, you can see here the civil engineering crew is out and they're finishing up the ramps from the main line down to the gravel track and into the branch line. I just felt like I have a little bit of fun. So we got some serious work going on here. Work crew is working the switches, grading, everything's coming along pretty nice. Alright, but seriously, all of the sub road bed is up, all of the cork road bed is in. Portion over here I added black lines just to the center line to help see it. Not all of it's been sanded yet, but it is all up. So now we're pretty much ready for track. I left this here just to get the mainline switch and the industrial switch in. Not sure if I'm going to go with flat cork there or the actual cork pieces, but that way at least I can get the switches in. So everything's in, set up for switches, the branch line. Getting back into the workshop. Not done yet, but pretty much ready to go. All of the track has been marked, the switches have been laid in, the crossovers have been put in. This is the Fairview drill track here. You can see coming out. And I marked all the where the crossovers are going to be. Verified all the switch machines are going to fit. Everything's laid out with easements. Again, I used the Third Planet software, printed it 1-to-1, laid it on here for the easements, and then put some holes here and there to mark the center lines. That's an itty bitty lines, number 8. I just had a few of those laying around, so I decided to use them. So the big push now is to get the main line done, but the factory area is done and laid out for the most part, not all of it. Some of the industrial trackage I'm not too worried about. Just wanted to see how things were going to look. Again, the big push to get the main line in. Although I think I will have to sand. We had some guys here doing a little bit of can't say high railing, high road bedding, and they're finding some areas there that need to be sanded. So we're definitely going to have to get a list from these guys when they're done. So that one guy fell down on the job. He must be so bored he fell asleep. But it's all laid out. Do need to sand it. That looks a little ugly there, but for one, this is the one area, for some reason, I don't know why, the 1-to-1 plan at a Third Planet from about where it goes tangent there down to the curve and into here is the only area that the 1-to-1 didn't line up really nice, but we made it work. And it all does have easements. The way we did it was, like I said, we put the easements in with the curve, and then for the actual part that's the radius, I bought some sweepsticks from Fast Tracks, and a 30-inch radius and 32 1/4. I just laid those in and then marked the actual curves. So I used the actual radiuses for the real curves. Use the Third Planet print out 1-to-1 for the easements. That's the yard. Engine facility storage there on the left, 4 tracks there. See the crossover there going to the right into the intermodal area. Main lines laid out. So now it's just a matter of pretty much putting all the track down. Oh, it's going to be fun. Lots of caulk. For the cork itself, we actually used wood glue, carpenter's glue, yellow glue for the putting the cork to the wood. Works really nice. Nice and tacky. Even on the curves, except for the very ends, it worked pretty well. I just put a nice thin layer of that down, put the cork in, and it tacks up pretty nice. And so that's how we did that. So like I said, it's all pretty much ready to roll. Everything's laid out. For all the switches, I marked the where the throw bars are. You see that's a close cut. There's going to be some because of the proximity of everything, there's going to be some close cutting there on the turnouts. But what's nice with the Fast Tracks turnouts is you can kind of cut them as you need them, which of course you can do with anything else. But there's some spots where I'm going to actually make some of the switches a little bit longer, extend the stock rails and whatnot to make it longer. I'm not exactly sure how we're going to do the industrial area here that comes off on the left. You've got 2 long tracks drawn in and 2 other ones. But again, I'm not sure. We're thinking of putting some type of industry here around to kind of hide, hopefully blend in that little jut out there. So I'm not exactly sure the exact track layout that we want to have done. We did get the main power in and installed for the dedicated power circuits. There's 2 circuits. One pretty much for the DCC system and the 3 boosters, and the other for all the miscellaneous controls and the computer controls and that kind of stuff, control power. Again, we're waiting for the Central Valley Bridge. Hopefully it comes in soon. Otherwise we got a problem. Like I said, everything else is pretty much good to go. Oh, there we are in deference to our good Canadian friends. Another Alexander Keith's Red Amber Ale. Good stuff. Gotta love it. So like I said, right now we're just working a lot on the fast track switches. I've got some done, not nearly enough. I have to build over 50 of them. And I'm not even probably freaking a third of the way there yet. But getting there. A couple notes, some things on the bench work. Just again, we do not claim to be experts by any stretch of the imagination. Just kind of pass on some things that we learned. One thing, clamps. However many you have, double it. You're going to need a lot more, especially when you're putting the bench work up. And the way we found that it eventually worked out the best for us, especially with the grades, was to actually secure the sub roadbed to the risers, because otherwise the 3/4 ply sometimes tends to float, and it's really a drag trying to get a nice even grade. But if you secure the sub roadbed plywood to the riser, then the risers you can adjust them holding them with clamps. That seemed to work out the best for us. For the whole layout, I did use kind of a grid system, not L-girder. I think either way would be fine. I'm an engineer, so I just kind of think in terms of, I don't know why, I just kind of think in terms of the grid type, and I reused, I'd say about 40% of it's reused from the old layout that I was able to use. 2 good references that I highly recommend. One, of course, Model Railroad Benchwork by Lynn Westcott, so he can tell you how old that is, but good stuff, good background, good reference. The Realistic Reliable Track, that was a good book from Kalmbach, Model Railroad, if you can get it. Recommend it, some good stuff in there, good reading, good background. For the, like I said, for the sub roadbed, we did use 3/4 ply. We attached the cork with wood glue, yellow glue. For the plates, one thing I read in the book, basically want to make them twice as long as the joint as wide to give you plenty of area there, so you can't have the plywood cant or bevel on you or something like that. So that's another good thing that came out of the book. Do recommend that. And that's pretty much it. That's again what we did. Ready for the track to go down. Gonna be a lot of it. We're gonna have a flex track for the most of it. I said fast track switches. Gonna build all of them except for in the bench area there. That's going to be microengineering number 6s, and I'm not even going to have switch machines on them. We're just going to go ahead and do it by hand. It's not meant to be, this area here won't be scenic or anything like that. It's just meant to be a work area. You can see the fast track switches going. I'll probably make a video on the switches. They have an excellent series on YouTube. I highly recommend that you read. Or there's a good book and good stuff to read too as well, but a good video series. Excellent. I'm not going to repeat that, but there's some things that I've noticed in building the switches. You need plenty of files. Buy extra rail cutters, you're going to go through them. I bought a lot of files. You don't necessarily have to buy the files from him. They're just Nicholson mill files, bastard cut, single bastard cut files. You can buy them at Lowe's and Home Depot. Really no issue with that, but and I just broke down and bought a crossover fixture. I've been using my number 8 fixture for most of these. I also have a number 6 I picked up on eBay. to make the switches. Soldering iron, the Weller iron works very well. But maybe an update later. There's my list. You can see all the switches I got to make. Crossing them off as I go, and I'm not even, it scares me to look at that. But so that's the bench. That's what's going on now. Also need to get on the DCC ODs, the detectors for the CMRI. Going to use Bruce Chubb's system. There's the, I'm kind of made them into kits to make up the 34 DCC ODs I need. Right there has been kitted for the RS45 kit conversion. This is for the switch machines. SMC12 cards. And over here I got for the motherboard, the ODMB. So these are all kitted up, ready to solder, and that's what I got this other soldering set for. This set here. Heiko, because that's how you say it. Got relatively good reviews, so I didn't have a really nice one for Electronics Works, so I bought that. For that, gotta get working on that too, so a lot to do. So the plan was by the 29th, which is my son's birthday, was to have trains running, but I don't know, we'll see. If I can get enough in for the main line, I know how many switches I need. You know, for example, like I'm kind of doing here, at least to get the main line run and then power it up. But of course that means I have to get all everything else ready to go. But I'd like to get things up, and at least maybe even in just in DCC be able to run something for his birthday. So it doesn't leave a lot of time, and time is fastly slipping away from us. That's where we are. Like I said, next big step is to get the track down, and of course do the power wiring, get the DCC system. We have a CVP Products Easy DCC system with a wireless controller and 3 power stations. I broke this into 3 power districts for this layout, so still a lot to do, but a lot's been done. Now it's just a matter of getting the caulk out, getting the Micro Engineering Flex track ready to go, and getting it down. So we'll keep you updated. Hopefully this is helpful or interesting to some folks out there, just to capture kind of what we're doing, moving along. Alright, so I'm going to go finish that Alexander Keys. Everyone have a great rest of the weekend, and we'll update you all shortly, hopefully in a little bit with some more track work. Can't do it this upcoming weekend. I got my Air National Guard duty, so I'll be away Thursday through Sunday, but we'll see what we can get accomplished during the week. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching.